Welcome to Maxim Foods edition of the Inside Track. As a broad statement, global dairy pricing is on the up, strong demand globally, and we'll work through the commodities now. Starting off with full cream milk powder, it's the highest it's been since August 2014. There's a few main factors contributing to that. For New Zealand and Australian milk powder in particular, there's an insatiable demand for the product from China. The government also promoting, or Chinese government promoting, the nutritional benefits of dairy has also created some really strong demand. The global vessel delays, a lot of people are anticipating delays, so they are getting in and buying, which is sparking that sentiment. And finally, the fact that New Zealand's going into the end of season and with less and less availability. So it really is the perfect storm at the moment for full cream milk powder. Where the top is, no one really knows. We're all expecting it to be to plateau about, but the price really just keeps driving on. Moving across to skim milk powder now, relative to full cream milk powder, demand certainly hasn't been as high, but nonetheless pricing remains quite firm. The expectations on the futures markets across the EU, US and Oceania were that pricing would begin to drift off. However, it's basically performing against expectations, and we'll probably see a pretty firm pricing over the short to medium term. Having a look at butterfat, New Zealand and Australian pricing at the moment highest it's been since 2017. It's interesting to note, since September 2020, only 5 months ago, the base price of butter has increased by 80%. So that is really dramatic and really sharp rise over those last 5 months. EU butter, which was generally running a bit cheaper than the AU NZ, is now catching up, so we're seeing some good firm demand for EU butter. As vaccinations are rolled out across the EU, you'll see more and more demand for food service and retail butter. On the US side of things, there has been some good value in US butter. However, that market as well has started to stabilise, and pricing's drifting north on US butterfat as well. Having a look at cheese, New Zealand and AU, the market, the supply and demand is relatively well balanced, so pricing is stable. In the EU and the US, as vaccinations roll out, much like the butter, the retail and food service demand is starting to pick up, so pricing is firming in the EU and the US as well. Finishing off with whey and lactose, interesting to note, whey protein isolate, whey protein concentrate has spiked in price quite dramatically over the last 3 to 4 months. Increased demand in the nutritional market globally. For standard whey powder, as full cream and skim remain high and are increasing, it's used as a cheaper form of dairy solids, so that normally lags with full cream and skim milk powder. So our outlook for whey powder and lactose is quite firm in the next 3 to 6 months. Thanks very much for listening to this edition of the Inside Track. Have a great fortnight, and we'll see you again soon.